Good evening, all of the he's, the hims, the she's, the hers, the theys, the thems, and everything else. Welcome.
Hello.
And sorry for the wait. I was waiting on the air conditioning to turn off, and it is just gonna do it whenever it chooses it does. So hopefully it will stop soon. But I didn't want to keep everybody waiting.
It's so loud.
I know, it's so fucking loud. You guys probably don't really notice, and then once it turns off, it's like silent.
Then it's so quiet. I can hear the crickets outside.
I can hear my thoughts again. The voices are already screaming at me. Anyway, our computer is making noises. I think it's Streamlab announcing that people.
What's happening.
Yeah, I think it's Streamlabs.
Okay.
So, the time has come. We fucking did it. Everybody did it.
We did
You
it.
all helped us do it, and everybody's signing off in the chat. We were already watching before we came on camera. Been here since 3K. Been here since, whatever. And we love it. You guys have fucking been there through thick and thin, a lot of us. Through crazy hair, through short hair McKay, through headband. If you remember the early days, I was saying fuck lemons for a long time.
Oh my God, the lemon thing. I forgot about that. We almost did lemon merch.
We did. I actually commissioned
we did.
Requested someone do it.
What did
and then they never got back to us.
The Anti-Lemon Society or something.
Yeah, something like that. So throw back on an old joke. Headband era. Julia remembers. Yeah.
Yes, when everybody would get super triggered.
So,
we wore headbands.
And then also all the awesome friends that we've made along the way, our awesome moderators. Shout out to our YouTube besties, Jen and James. Also James.
Fundy Fridays in the chat today.
Sorry about
the Raiders, James. First time in.
I know, and they got spanked.
They did. It was so good. I really didn't think it was going to end that way, but I'm very proud of my Broncos today. I screamed at the TV quite a bit today, but they did not disappoint. And for the first time in a long time, the Broncos beat the Raiders. So God bless America.
So yeah, it's so funny, the whole like dynamic, because I was in the kitchen with Kazoo and he was like, Mom, I can't watch football because Daddy and me are stuck in the kitchen. I was like, wow, what?
That was not my
awesome
plan.
Time to live in.
That was not my plan. Okay, I was not like, you guys have to go make stuff in the kitchen, but I was sitting there.
I'm making stuff for myself.
McKay's making food, but I was sitting there thinking, what a gender reversal of roles we have in our household.
I'm gonna need this to shut the fuck up.
Because I'm the one watching football and yelling at the TV, and McKay's in the kitchen. So that's just our house.
I was making stuff for tomorrow. Making some stuff for pupusas.
And I brought my fizz cup.
Oh, yeah. Everybody check out the fizz cup. Also, hold on. This was crazy. I was like,
you're scaring me.
Yo! We can do the blizzard thing with this one.
Because it's not a Stanley. It's a hydro jug. So we haven't put out the Patreon video yet, or the members video yet, because we haven't finished it.
Yeah.
It's almost done, but you will learn more about how I got this and our trip to Utah.
How that all went down.
The trip to Utah was
an experience.
The thing that we went there to do
was an
great.
Experience. It was
great. It was lovely. Everyone was amazing, and I wish I could talk about it, but I am literally bound by paperwork that I cannot. But that experience in and of itself was great. Leaving our child and orchestrating childcare and dealing with family members and all of that stuff went about as poorly as
including a 3-hour delay on our. Thank God we parked our car, because holy shit, that would have been an extra disaster if somebody had to come pick us up at the airport, because We had a hell of a delay.
Flight got delayed for like hours. We didn't land until like 2 a.m. It was like a whole thing. So
Total
apparently
disaster.
that happens a lot if you're flying like out or into Salt Lake, but I don't know. We did not sneak into a temple. I've got way too much anxiety for that.
I would love to do that sometime, but I would definitely have to cut my hair, and I'm not willing to do that.
I will have to leave that to Mike Norton and the other people who do that because I am too anxious for that.
Is there anybody who's doing that lately?
I don't think I've seen anybody recently. Sarah, I hope I'm saying that right. Your lip color is so pretty. Thank you. I stole this from, this is apparently the lip color that Taylor Swift was wearing when she went to a Chiefs game. And I was like, that is so cute. I need to figure out what that is. And so her makeup artist finally said what it was. So I ordered it and it got here today. I can't tell if I like it or not. I get attached to lip colors. I will wear one. The only one that you see me wear is Charlotte Tilbury's Pillow Talk, and it's the only one that I ever wear. So, like, I don't know what it is about, like, me and lipsticks, but I have such a hard time with them that I usually pick one, and then I never fucking change it, which is how it's been for, like, the last little while. But I was like, okay, this one is really pretty. It's NARS. I think the shade is, like, I think it's Morocco. So I think I like it. I just have a really hard time. With change in terms of lip color. I don't know why. I always have.
Hannah said I should get a wig so I can sneak into the temple. I need to get a bald cap.
A bald cap? I could go Mr. Worldwide.
But honestly, it's not very easy. You can't just walk in. It used to be like that. Back when Mike Norton went into the temple, you just showed it and they would just like made sure it was current and then let you in. But now there's like a whole barcode system and it pops up with a picture of you and everything like that. So it's not an easy feat to get in. Hero of Canton.
Oh my God, Hero of Canton, thank you.
$1 for every 1,000 subs. Congrats on the milestone. Wanted to gift 100 subs, but then I realized how much that is. Yeah, don't worry about gifting 100 cents. Hero of Canton is our resident amazing gifter and we appreciate them so much. You're awesome. And they are a long hauler for sure. We love Hero of Canton. And then Carrie Ann,
thank you. Carrie Ann, if I recall, you've been here for a while. You two and the Rev with King James get me through work each day and keep me company while I do homework. Thank you and congrats. Thank you. I think a lot of our mods are here. Song of Solace, who has been very busy, so
Sage.
We appreciate them being here. Sage, Hannah, we got all the icons in the chat tonight.
All the icons. Yeah. The Ruby Frankie Lifetime movie. I don't know.
Heather Locklear's in it, so you know it's gonna be garbage. But
it's a Lifetime movie.
Here's the thing.
Regardless of the actors, it's
Sherry Frankie came out and said that it's trash.
If nobody was contacted,
they were not.
Then
so that's kind of shady. Like, I wish there was an answer for things like that, but in America, you know how much we like to exploit things.
Yeah.
So, you know, I think this is a larger issue that I wish there was a better solution to, because it does. I imagine it does impact them, and I can't imagine being the actresses who are like playing Ruby and Jody. Like, I'm not. I can't imagine that. I know they're actors and that's their job, but I'm not a fan. Obviously, we are not involved in that. That sounds like a mess.
No.
So,
yeah, not a fan. Especially when people who aren't the victims are going to be making money like in a big way. It's like, well, I don't know what a Lifetime movie is going to be grossing, but you know. Anyway. Well, I was looking at it in the camera.
Oh, yeah.
I made an adjustment. Whoever was in the comments always telling me that I needed to hide that wire, I finally fucking did it because I had to take the sign down. And then the cats were eating the clear fishing line.
I can say that. We took the sign with us on our trip.
Oh, yeah, we did.
To Utah.
I don't even think they used it.
No, I don't think they did.
They'll just get
We were just told to bring things.
We were like, what are we going to bring? A black sheep with us? Like,
it's like
anyway.
Our whole set is like nothing, but you know.
Apparently, your province is getting a crumble. They have crumble in Canada. That's crazy.
Ew.
I never would have guessed that. Anyway, should we get on with the... Oh,
Yes,
Elise
what
said,
is
did
your-
you guys see the Insta message I sent you about the 2 Australian chicks that bought $13,000 of crumble cookies back to...
I saw that on TikTok.
Yeah, wasn't... Somebody had like... I saw somebody debunking it. I didn't see the original, but they were like, you can't do that. Like, you can't bring them through customs like that. And everything that is on a cookie has to be like cooked with it, and frosting on a cookie would not be allowed to come through customs in Australia.
Yeah, that seems kind of
is
weird.
what I heard. So I was like, that's weird. Why would you do that? Or allegedly faking it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's interesting.
That is wild. You know, if you've been here for a minute, you know that if there is mess, crumble is involved.
Seriously.
Crumble is always having problems, and we are crumble haters on this channel.
We're crumble haters.
We always have been.
Anyway, 2 rich kids, they definitely did. I don't know, it was more of a logistics thing. I don't know what customs is like in Australia. That's just what I heard. Somehow they did it. I don't know, maybe they were faking it. It's just
People
like
do
a big
wild
fat
shit.
fucking cookie. Like it's not
not that
exactly
great.
Like
I know
anything
people lose their
interesting.
mind over crumble,
crazy.
but it's really not.
Living up to their name of crumbling.
Crumbling.
They ate and left all the crumbs. Let's get on with this unboxing because Jordan, as soon as she grabbed it, like
I
once
grabbed
the
it off the
UPS
porch
guy
and I was
came,
like, I don't want to wait.
and I was like, don't you dare open that.
I'm sorry. I love all of you. I just have zero patience, okay? Like, it's just been sitting. I don't want to show it to you yet because our address is on it, and I'm trying to dox ourselves, but I'll have McKay.
Oh, yeah, I was supposed to... I should have blacked that out while I had the chance. Do I have a pen?
A Sharpie.
Ooh, that's even better.
Okay.
Let's go.
Let's see. What are you
My
guys
phone
saying
number,
here?
too.
Oh, yeah. There's, like, all of our information is on there. Yes, so our plan is we have the silver play button. They recently changed the silver play button. We missed the bigger one by a month.
Yeah, August.
In August, they changed the size of the silver play button so it's smaller. I'm sure this is like their way of cutting costs or something.
I know,
The
as if we
barcodes so
didn't
nobody
make them
tries
a
to-
real fucking... can you...
tracking information. So yeah, so we have the silver play button that we will open, which I don't care what size it is. I think it's super cute. And then I told McKay to get a cake, which he did. So we have our little
Careful with it.
100K cake.
I wrote the 100K myself.
It's very
And it
cute.
doesn't look too bad, honestly, if I'm going to be honest. Welcome, KCM, to Outer Darkness.
And so we have that. And as part of it, here's the YouTube box. As part of it, we will be doing, if you have seen the TikTok trend, Hear Me Out cakes, which is basically where you make your case for cartoons, people, celebrities that you find attractive, that nobody else finds attractive, that people would be like, what the hell is wrong with you for thinking this person is attractive? But the spin that we put on it is it's Mormon adjacent. Okay, so we will be doing a Mormon/Mormon adjacent Hear Me Out cake. So we will be showing you pictures and putting them in the cake of our Hear Me Out people. McKay took it very seriously. He wouldn't allow me to tell me, like, he wouldn't allow me to tell him his or mine or...
She was like, go get it off the printer. I was like,
No, he took this very seriously. So I have not seen his. He has not seen mine. And so that we will also be doing that as part of this.
The original idea was, let's do it with Mormon leaders, but hear me out. That's like every fucking octogenarian in the Quorum of the 15 right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're going to have to state your case right now. So
it's a
like,
little bit
whatever.
different because I didn't have a lot to work with like, because there's not a whole lot of like Mormon adjacent / culture things that I find attractive, but Hannah. So that is our plan for now. And then as I was sitting here, I wondered, you guys seem to like when we do like a throwback kind of things. So maybe McKay and I could pick out a few like old photos from when we were Mormon that we could.
Oh, we had one from the.
I posted one on Instagram today. Yeah,
we'll pull it up in
from
case
us
you guys
at the
don't
conference center. If you don't follow us on Instagram,
you should.
Please do, because we also just got verified on there.
Yeah, we just got verified. So pumped for the Hear Me Outs. I was so excited when I saw it on the story. Yeah. I dug deep, honestly. I was like, okay.
Mine's probably not going to be as obscure.
If it's more obscure, then I will explain it. Don't worry.
Smiling Jack's 83, been here since first Mormon Stories interview you both did. You've been here for a minute. Thank you.
Yeah, that was a long time ago at this point.
And Marissa, sometimes I feel like usually when people have that issue, it's YouTube. So like usually click out and come back in. And usually that'll fix it.
Honestly, Mommy of Kittens, I have no idea why you've had 3 ads thus far. That's crazy.
Wild. Okay. React to old wedding photos minus ones with friends and family. No, I'm kind of pissed at family, so maybe we'll dox them too. No, I'm kidding. We won't do that.
That's fine.
We won't do that. I'm mad. It's fine. Okay, shall we open this box?
What did I end up doing with those scissors?
The caption of the temple photo was something. Yes, I wanted to include the temple photo so you guys could see. Like the caption of it.
If not, I'll just use this fork.
Because I wrote cringy shit on Facebook all the time.
Oh, yeah. Do you need to blur any of that?
No, I already did.
Okay, cool. Do you guys find any of the Mormon wives attractive? They're all.
I think they're all cute. Except,
like,
I mean, I think Whitney's fine, but I don't find her like her fuck ass Bob.
Yeah, the fuck ass Bob
is not cute for me. Wait, it might have personal information in it, so open it up first.
Oh, sorry, y'all. Hold on.
Just in case it has like a tracking thing on top of it or something.
Good call.
Oh my glob.
Oh, look at that.
Was there?
No.
Okay.
There's like a,
does that have our address on it?
I don't think so.
We're not doxing ourselves over here. Baptism photo shoots as kids. I do have photos from my baptism.
I might have to.
They might be on my grandma's Facebook. I might be able to find that.
Yeah.
My mom has a lot of my childhood photos, and I don't talk to her, so she hoards them from me.
I don't think it does have a little like.
No tracking or anything.
All right, guys.
And it came to pass. We reached 100K subscribers.
It came to fucking pass, y'all.
Okay. Cute. Okay.
And swing.
Oh, wow.
We
YouTube CEO.
Too bad it's not
Susan. No more Susan.
We'll read this in a second.
Oh, my God. Look at it, you guys.
Yo. Hold on. Let's pull it out.
Wow, this is on like cardstock.
Oh.
Ah.
Yo.
Oh my God, guys, look.
Presented to Jordan and McKay for passing 100,000 subscribers. Look at us
that.
winning an award. You can see the ring light in my screen in the reflection.
That is so cute.
This is...
How heavy is it?
It's actually pretty light. It's pretty hollow.
This is so cute, you guys.
Remember, this is what you guys did.
Yeah,
you guys got us all here. We could just be here on the internet talking into microphones, and none of you could be listening, and none of this would happen.
Fuck. No, don't look. Don't look.
He's getting into the hear me out.
Baloney got into my hear me out, people. Hang on, guys.
Hold on, folks. Recognize your team.
Ah.
Jordan just
I
got an award. Everything that I do is the attitude of an award winner.
Why would you do that?
Baloney, you're evil. Baloney likes to sit on my... Dude, why is this so
loose?
Don't
look over here.
That's not good.
Don't look over here.
Sorry, guys. Jordan's cable is, like, really loose. I need to look at that afterward.
Baloney, I feel like I'm missing something.
Bring him over here because he fucked up. He fucked everything up.
Okay, just don't look over here.
I'm gonna read this while Jordan is getting that all situated. Okay. Do you remember your first subscriber? Actually, no. I think we probably had a personal account as the first subscriber. So I guess maybe yes. Your 100th, your 1,000th subscriber, chances are you do. And we know you'll definitely remember your 100,000th subscriber. There is no way for me to find that out. I wish they could like take a snapshot who the 100,000th subscriber was. Your fans may have found you while searching YouTube, learned about you through a friend, or maybe showed up as a recommended video. No matter how they came to your channel, your audience stayed, and their numbers increased because of you and the community you've built. We're proud to honor your impressive milestone of reaching 100,000 subscribers with the Silver Creator Award. Congratulations. We know that you have many more stories to share with your community, and we know your fans can't wait for you to amaze them even more with your commitment and creativity. There's no way you guys are amazed by us. James.
James, thank you.
James with
Shout
extending the
new
olive
members.
branch after his Raiders lost. We're extending the olive branch. We
It's
should be
okay, James.
gifting subscribers to James.
We're not going to rub it in, James, because I really thought we were going to lose. So
Anyway,
for the 9th time in a row.
keep it. So keep creating, keep building. We can't wait to see what you'll do, and we're here to support you along the way. And who knows, when you meet your 1,000,000th subscriber, we may just write to you and ask, do you remember your 100,000th subscriber? Sincerely, Neil Moen. Did he actually sign this? No, obviously.
No
not.
way.
No way.
He ain't got time for that shit.
So again, we could just be here talking into the microphone, screaming into the void about how awful the Mormon church is, and none of you have to listen to us. In case you didn't know that, you can leave at any time, but we appreciate you for getting us to hear. This is like, when I was a teenager, I remember watching YouTube videos, and I always thought that would be so cool to be a YouTuber. And if I went back in time and told my teenage self, like 12 years ago, oh yeah, one day you're going to be getting a silver play button, you're going to have 100,000 subscribers, a little check next to your name, I would never have believed it. I would have already been like, what the fuck is up with your hair? How did it get so long? But that would be my second question is, there's no way you're lying. So
Sarah M., thank you. And Baloney.
We
Baloney's
appreciate
sitting over
it.
here.
And we're happy to lead you to Jen and James, and people who came from James and Jen.
Sounds weird to say it that way.
Jen and James, to us, like honestly, we love everything. So
Really. And you guys that we're grateful whether you showed up like yesterday or a week ago, or if you've been here like since TikTok and we're part of the reason that we migrated over to YouTube to begin with, so that we weren't, I love TikTok, but we couldn't do this for free because it takes so much time. And so
yeah. Well, and nobody wants to watch a long ass video on TikTok.
at least I don't.
I don't. So when I want to watch a long video, I
don't
go to
have the
YouTube.
attention span for
So
that.
I'm glad that people are also interested in hearing us yap for like an hour plus usually. The inscription, sorry you can't see it because it's written in white on the silver, and
Bring
we
it up
have
closer.
well, it's also going to be blurry if I bring it in closer, but it says presented to Jordan and McKay for passing 100,000 subscribers. So it
Go
was also
take a
really
picture
weird
with it
too.
outside the temple. That's a good idea.
Dude, that's a good idea.
That's actually a good idea.
We should.
We should have got this one. I wish we would have
I know.
hit 100K
We
because
were-
we would have taken it to Utah.
We were like 50 away when we were in Utah. We were like,
Yeah.
I can't believe that we're not. Or maybe it was like 80 or something like that.
We
It
were
was
so
close
close.
enough to be sad.
So make sure you're a patron or a member because we're going to be doing, you guys will see, we took you on a tour of the various temples in Utah. And then we also took you to some of the rich neighborhoods around the temples, so you can see just how wild it is. Maybe we can show you that video to everyone today. That part, at least the Draper neighborhood with the Draper Castle, just as like a fun little tidbit for today.
Okay. You'll see it in Premiere. It's unfinished, but
Well, I can just play it on my phone too. Thank you
I'd rather
to
just play
everyone
it in
saying all
Premiere.
these nice things. Thank you.
Yeah. So that's all awesome shit.
I don't know where we're going to put it. I know I'm going to put it on the table so that it can't be missed by my in-laws next time they come over. I do know that. So after that happens, then we'll have to find the space for it.
I wish our setup was something more conducive to having it in the background, but a little like 8.5 by 11, that's smaller than those hands back there.
It would just look so bizarre.
And with the lights, it'll look so funky.
So I don't know where to put it. We got to figure out something.
But we're proud of everybody.
For being
It's been a hell of a ride, honestly, and we continue to hope to offer you a hell of a ride as things move forward. Sorry we haven't really uploaded lately. It's been crazy coming back from
It's been
the trip
crazy
and
since
everything.
we got back. We got plans for videos.
Yeah.
We'll get back on the train this week. Never fear. It's just been a crazy few weeks.
Can you imagine telling your teenage selves that you are Exmo YouTubers with 100K? Seriously.
That girl probably would have smacked me in the face.
Exmo YouTubers, and I'm married to that one girl from school who's like less active.
Mm-hmm. It's true. It's true.
At the time.
It is really light. Like it feels like it's like a picture frame almost is kind of how it feels to me.
Yeah, it's like it's made out of metal, but it's just like hollow on the inside. I don't know what they used to be like. I don't know. Jen and James can let us know on that one.
The cats are in here somewhere.
On your front door, like a door knocked. What, did we see Baloney in the background at all?
Baloney was sitting over there. I don't know where he went.
He's been crazy. He's finally warming up to me. He's finally given me the boyfriend situation. Boyfriend with a boy cat.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Dynamic, which I love, honestly. We appreciate that. Did we shout out
Sarah? I did.
Oh, Sarah with the
Thank you.
Jordan McCann. Baloney. Can you measure it, JK? It is a little bit smaller than an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper.
Yeah. I don't know where the cats went. It's actually
it's funny because like during the daytime they hang out down here all the time, but then as soon as we're down here, Tom's like, fuck you. It gets its own pillow on the couch. Leave room for Jesus. Nah, leave room for the play button.
That's real. Yeah.
No, it's definitely 30% smaller. That's what they said. So I don't know. I kind of want to get a bigger one
I don't know. I'm convinced it's a money saving thing. Like they decided, we can 100%. Save like this much money a year if we knock the silver play button down to like.
Well, when they started giving the awards, they were like, "Yeah, this is going to be kind of like a crazy. Not a lot of people are going to get it, and now it's really common to be able to get 100,000. So they're like handing them out.
Shrinkflation. Yes, they shrunk our freaking YouTube plaque. God damn it. I'm still appreciative, YouTube overlords. Don't become upset with me and punish our channel.
Don't punish us.
Don't punish. Okay. So, I'm just happy with our community. Like if we grow to exponential portions, that stresses me out. Great. If we just keep like our like steady growth along the way.
Yeah,
I like also great.
I like getting recognized only once in a while now.
Yeah.
We got recognized at Casa Bonita the other day when we were there with Jordan's dad.
It was wild.
By one person.
Yeah.
If you're in the chat,
she was very lovely. She messaged me on Instagram.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. So yeah, like I'm happy. Like we have curated like a lovely community of people who know. I think that's something that I appreciate, and I think Jen and James probably feel similarly, that when you're outspoken about like who you are and your personality and like values and beliefs and things, like you don't have a community of just like a bunch of randos that just watch your videos. Like you have people who really relate to you and understand you and live life similarly. And so I appreciate that, because like people who are like homophobic don't last very long on this channel. Like they figure it out fairly quickly and then they dip out, you know. Like we have a very welcoming community that we fostered. So I appreciate the fact that that's where we're at this point, and we don't have a bunch of random people who are not kind, you know.
Yeah, we don't. And a lot of people see us as like mean girls or whatever, and you know, I get it. We criticize a lot.
We do.
So I understand that, and I'm willing to admit that we're harsh a lot of times, but that's really the only thing that we have to offer, really, because this is a religion that continues even nearly 4 years after the fact, continues to plague our daily lives. Like, there's no getting away from it ever. So we're appreciative of everybody. And yeah, Jordan's totally right. It totally keeps people like on the, it weeds people out. Honestly, we want people to be involved in everything, but we don't want people who are going to be just, hating, honestly.
Yeah.
Because criticism is great. We love criticism, but hating with no basis is just kind of,
We try to do it appropriately, right? Yeah. Like the other day, I don't know if somebody sent it to you or just saw it, but Meredith and what's-her-face, Brighton, posted again on YouTube, but they didn't post an actual video. They just posted a short.
Yeah.
And we talked about, like finding out information that we thought might be the case and then finding the information on the internet to verify that. And we're like, we want to be mindful of like what we do with that information. So we try to be intentional about what we're doing. Yeah. It's not to say that we've never screwed up or that we don't
or that we're ever perfect either.
No, not at all.
Obviously, I'm not going to just bat down the haters or whatever, or people who are detractors. I want people to see what we're trying to say. But obviously, if we're getting stuff wrong, I want everybody to hold us accountable.
Yeah. Honestly, I started to feel like it was okay for me to see a therapist because of watching your channel. Kim the Chemist, that's like the best compliment that you could give. Honestly.
Yes. I hope everybody sees a therapist because of Jordan.
And, not everybody, like, I hate to make it, I mean, it is a blanket statement when I say things like everybody needs to see a therapist. But if it feels right to you, then I highly encourage it. It takes some time and it can take a minute to find someone, but it's worth it in the end, really, if you find a person that's really helpful. So.
But anyway.
Anywho.
Let's get to some hijinks because that's what I've been waiting for with this wonderful $6 cake from our local Kroger chain, King Soopers.
Going to meet with a new therapist this week. Started going myself as well. I love that because we're not even like a therapy channel. I'm just like
Jordan's a therapist.
I'm just a therapist and therapy supporter and current therapy goer.
She's awesome. Boom. There it is in all its glory. I'm afraid this is going to like slide off.
Oh my God, you're making me nervous.
Anyway, so here are the rules.
Take the letter off at least so it doesn't drip on that. Yes, therapy is for everyone who may or may not feel like they would benefit, right?
What am I the letter.
Yeah, so it doesn't drip on there. Thank you, Morgan. Also, before I forget, for our readers in the room, guess who's reading Throne of Glass? Both of us.
We are both reading Throne of Glass. I'm almost done with Heir of Fire. I'll probably finish it tonight.
I'm probably finishing Queen of Shadows tonight. I have waited my entire SJM fandom existence to start Throne of Glass because I feel like once I read it, I will love it and I will never be able to read a fantasy book as good ever again. So we're both reading it now. So shout out to that journey for us. And don't spoil anything.
No spoilers, please.
Funny Fridays. Thank you.
It is fun to go to the SJM table at Barnes & Noble and be like, oh, yeah, I've read that one.
Jordan and McKay are amazing friends and fantastic people. I wish them well with their ministry. Thank you, Funny Fridays. We would not be here without you.
We love the Reverend.
I post with typos all the time, Jen. No judgment.
Sarha, thank you guys for your education. I'm a never mo, but I'm studying my doctorate in clinical psych and hope to incorporate your teachings in my future practice in my home state of Hawaii.
Good for you. That's an intense degree. Good for you.
We love that. Honestly, it really is threatening to
There's a lot of Mormons.
My psyche.
There's a lot of Mormons down there. So.
Are like, oh yeah, I want to use your words in my very intellectual degree program.
Yeah, it it feels crazy. People have sent us stuff before, and I just don't feel worthy. Someone said my therapist tells me way too much, and she told me she just bought a condo 2 blocks away from me, and we're in a small suburban town. I'm like, I didn't need to know that. Yeah, I would never share that with a client. I mean, unless she was fearful of like running into you and she was like preparing you for that instance and like what to do if that happens. I don't see why that's like relevant information, but that's just me. Okay, McKay, please explain the rules.
Okay. So, Jordan has not seen my people, my Hear Me Outs. I have not seen hers. We're just going to go. We'll trade off. I said if they're kind of hard to see, leave them to the end, and I'll adjust the focus, and we'll hold them up to the camera. That way everybody can see. If the connection to Mormonism is not very intelligible,
we will explain.
And it's not intuitive, we'll explain. But everything was Mormon or Mormon adjacent. That was the rules for the Hear Me Outs.
Yes.
If you haven't seen this,
I was limited in my options, but go on with what you're going to say.
If you haven't seen this trend on social media, people, they put them on little sticks and they shove them into a cake. I don't know why, but we're just going to do it. That's how we're doing it.
We have one tiny cake, so we're going to make it work.
Yes, one little cake, and then
I'm going to eat it because I am hungry and I haven't eaten dinner yet.
Anyway.
Who should go first? Let me just say.
I'm going to put a poll.
McKay's going to put up a poll. Part of the Hear Me Out trend that we've seen on TikTok is like, it's things that are like batshit and kind of wrong. Like things that are like, there's something wrong with you for thinking that. But like, that's okay because this is a safe space. You know, this isn't like, oh, wow, you have like impeccable taste, like, or like horrible taste in men. This is like, you know, this is weird, but for some reason it just does it for you. Okay. So. And I had some ones that I didn't even include because I feared they would be too controversial, so I left them off.
Oh, Jesus.
But
looks like I'm already getting thrown into the lion's den, maybe. I'll let it go for a little while.
Oh, no. I don't know who to start with.
I brought a fork so we can trade off eating a little bit.
I don't know where this trend started. We've seen it on TikTok. Natalie, I have heard that, so I probably need to look into that before I finish it. I should be okay, but I might look up stuff just to be more aware. So thank you for the heads up. In regards to this, what was I going to say? People have like weird shit, like cartoon characters. Like I'm trying to think of ones that people have done so you guys just understand how depraved some of these are.
The fox from Zootopia.
Yeah. So like, Hear Me Out on the fox from Zootopia. Like, that's bizarre. Okay, so like the whole point of this is so it's weird. So if you're new to this, just know it's not intentionally supposed to kind of make sense. Eden P22, thank you for explaining Mormonism in an interesting way from a recreational theologist. Oh, thank you. We try to make it interesting. It is pretty freaking boring, I'll tell you that much.
I saw one with VeggieTales characters.
Yes! See, that's what I'm saying. It's supposed to be weird. So this is a judgment-free space. You can make fun of me. That's fine. I can take it.
All right, Jordan, you edged me out. So
okay, so I'm going first.
Looks like you're going first. What did Holly say? I'm a tattoo artist, and a girl came in to get tattooed. Fuck. What am I doing? She told me that she was LDS, but not one of those crazy Mormons. We talked about how much we both love y'all.
Okay, that's amazing.
We love to hear it.
Okay, so other disclaimer. One last disclaimer before I do this. I was kind of limited in my options because this was supposed to be Mormon or Mormon adjacent, and I did not grow up watching Mormon movies. I haven't watched any of the Mormon movies. I haven't watched any Mormon cartoons. So I'm just giving that disclaimer right now. Okay.
Okay. Jordan's going first. Pick whichever one you want. Pick the most visible one. Okay.
The most visible one?
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to decide which one I should lead with. I'll start with this one because everybody should recognize this one.
Spirit the horse.
Yes.
That is a very popular one. I've seen so much shit about
agree with that
Spirit. One. Gil from Nemo.
I kind of understand. See, this is what we're talking about, okay? It doesn't make sense. It just happens.
It just is what it is.
Okay, I'll start with this one because I've always thought this about him, and McKay got into it with me earlier because I said I was going to pick this person. So here's my first one.
This one's not very hard to see.
This one, even if it's a little bit blurry, you can recognize this is Napoleon Dynamite. And this counts because even though he's not Mormon anymore, right?
He was Mormon for sure. I don't know if he is anymore.
He was Mormon at the time of filming this. Napoleon
Yes.
Dynamite was filmed in southeastern Idaho. And so Napoleon's always been on there for me. So this one was not a hard one.
Here's my my fun fact about Napoleon Dynamite. The scene where they're at the chicken coop, the farm, Lyle's farm.
Yeah.
One of my professors at BYU Idaho, that was his grandpa's farm. His grandpa wasn't Lyle, obviously, but that was his farm.
I know. There's just, have you seen him do that dance? Like, if you haven't seen Napoleon Dynamite, it's iconic. Like, the dance, he does it for me, okay? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. I have no shame.
Okay, more on that in a second, because in the same vein, my Hear Me Out was particularly the portrait that Napoleon draws of Trish and takes 2 hours to get the shading on her upper lip right.
Stop. Tracy?
Trisha.
I was going to say
that like we haven't seen this movie like 1,000 times.
Oh my God. That is wild.
Okay. Napoleon Dynamite was especially inbound because John Heder and Jared Hess were attending BYU at the same time, which was around the time that they filmed this movie. So,
Trisha?
I'm being a little unhinged here.
Look, show our cake so people can see our little
here's
sticks.
our cake. We'll show it a little up close. Here's our progress thus far. We have Napoleon and Trish. If you haven't seen Napoleon Dynamite, I highly recommend. It is like, first off, lower your expectations based on what we're saying.
Yeah.
Immediately lower your expectations, because if your expectations are rock bottom, you're going to love the movie. But if you have high expectations, you're going to hate it. Anyway,
Hi,
I have seen the dance. Yes.
Oh my gosh, Julie's without power from the hurricane. I'm sorry, Julie.
Oh my God, the fucking hurricane situation.
I'm glad you're here and you're okay,
so
Julie.
bad for everybody. It's
such a terrible thing.
It's horrific.
Such a mess.
Situation. Everybody.
We are thinking of you, Julie.
Julie, good thoughts, honestly. Or
well,
money.
You've joined it at a perfectly unhinged time, Julie. So I hope this is Summer Wheatley. I hope this is a lovely
vote for Summer.
Positive part of your day. Okay, so I have to go again.
At least nobody picked the llama.
No, I did not pick the llama.
Come get some dinner.
Okay, don't look.
Okay, I'm not looking.
Because I'm trying to decide which one I go for next.
Yo, have you guys heard the new Blood Incantation album? Holy shit, it is so fire. So fire. Okay.
McKay's going to judge me for this. I just know it. I don't know if you guys can see that.
Oh my God, it's Ammon. Oh my God, from the Book of Mormon. There's nothing to hear out. Look at that motherfucker. Hold on.
This is not really a hear me out, but look, I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you
let me
focus it?
Change the focus real quick. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. That's a high fae warrior right there.
Exactly. And that's exactly how I was going to explain this. This isn't necessarily a hear me out, but I think it's hilarious because it's from the Book of Mormon. But like, this is like this might have very well been my introduction to fantasy men, because these are not real people and they are not historical in any way. And so this dude is super hot. See, I told you guys I was limited in my options here with Hear Me Out, because I don't have very many like weird niche Mormon things to choose from. So Ammon made my list because he's hot. And I know that's kind of against the rules, but
that's not against I guess it's not really against the rules. All right. In the similar Book of Mormon vein, this one is much more niche, and it's not even in the Book of Mormon, but it's adjacent. Do you recognize him? You probably don't.
He looks kind of familiar.
My RMs, you'll fucking know. This is Cohor, and he's from a movie produced by the church called The Testaments. He's literally a fictional character based on the fictional universe of the Book of Mormon. Why are we blurry now? Hold on. Let me get this better. There we go. Yeah, Cohor is the villain in The Testaments. So The Testaments is like a unique story that is based around the events of the Book of Mormon and stuff from the Bible. And let me tell you, we should watch the Testaments because the way this guy serves, oh my God, I can't even say the C word on YouTube because they will strike us the fuck down. But oh my God, he is like the most aura of anything that I've ever seen in Mormonism in my entire life. So
you have kind of more niche things than I do.
This is very niche. So yeah, fan fiction of Bible fan fiction is what we're talking about here. Shout out the Testaments. I was 100% in love with the female lead in that one too. She's the good influence on the prodigal son character.
Okay. You ready for my next one?
Yes, I'm ready for your next one.
This one will not surprise you.
Okay.
Okay, so
I'm getting ready to focus.
Before I show you, the context for this one is this guy is in the original Temple Endowment movies. Okay. And he plays a certain character.
Oh, hold up. Dude, we were on like very similar wavelengths with this. Sorry,
really?
Guys, hold on.
Here, if I put it in front of my face, is that easier? So this is 100% a hear me out because this is just an average looking Mormon guy. But he's not Mormon anymore, I don't think. I think he's left the church. I don't know. But this is Satan in the original Temple Endowment videos. He plays Satan. Linnea. And he does a very lovely and hot job at it, in my opinion. And so he's 100% a hear me out for me because everybody makes fun of me when I say that I think he's attractive. But I always felt that way. I even remember like telling my mom about that. And she was like, what's wrong with you?
Well, I think it was more the shock that you were like, someone from the temple is hot.
I know, we're not supposed to be talking about it.
Okay, well, since Jordan went there, I also went there. But mine was a little bit different. Mine are, I'll put it on screen for you, Jordan, so you can see. Did you ever see these ones?
Yes, that guy.
Her face is so
too.
washed out. Okay, yeah, this was Satan, the guy on the bottom. Oh my God, he fucking ate on that roll. He fucking ate on that roll. And then we have Eve here, who I thought was the hottest Eve, and I was like, oh damn, I can't be thinking about how she's naked in the Garden of Eden when I was sitting there. And then this Adam, I thought was the most like chiseled jawline.
Oh, 100%.
Hunky looking Adam. So
100%. I'm with you.
That's
on that.
my temple pick right there.
The girls were always gorgeous. I feel like they always did a good job, but especially with this one. But Adam in that one was super hot. I always got like my gaydar kind of pinged a little bit at Satan in the newer ones. I feel like he had some vibes. In my opinion.
Which one? The bald one?
No, this guy.
I can't believe. Oh yeah. Him and the other one. This was the blonde guy. His
the
wardrobe
blonde guy was wild.
His wardrobe was so awesome.
He committed.
I don't know what they were doing there.
Because like Satan gets really mad in the like if you go back and watch our temple videos, you'll see like Satan gets really mad in the endowment videos, and so he has to get like really pissed off and like does the whole like booming voice, angry like Old Testament vibes going on in it. Yeah.
Honestly, the whole temple experience is such a letdown because the production is so high quality, but there's absolutely not a lot that you can do with the script because the script is ass.
It's terrible. Yeah. So it's whether or not you're going to commit to the role.
Yeah, like the especially in the modern ones that they did in like the 2010s, like the visuals were awesome, the wardrobes were always like on point. The score was always fucking awesome. But now they don't even do that anymore. It's just like a little stupid ass slideshow.
Bye, Song of Solace.
Night, Solace. Thanks for coming.
Show people our cake. Show them what it looks like right now.
Okay, so here's our.
I'll take a picture of it for Instagram.
We'll have to rearrange some shit so you can see everyone. This one's a little taller. All right.
Okay, next.
You're up.
Okay, this is my last Book of Mormon one.
Oh, you have another book? I don't have another Book of Mormon one.
The other ones are actual people, so I'll save them. But This one is 100% a hear me out because this was ruined for me on January 6th during the insurrection when a stupid man dressed up as Captain Moroni to try to take over the Capitol.
Jen is just talking about
on January 6th.
Today we had to explain Moroni to our son.
So that's who I have.
Do I even give him the fucking boom?
Is Captain Moroni.
Look at him.
Look at his badassness. Okay. And so it is 100% a hear me out now because this other asshole on January 6th dressed up like him and went to the temple and did like it, or went to the Capitol and did like a news interview where he's like, temple. I'm Captain Moroni, and was like,
I'm Captain. That dude was like a straight up Jack Mormon too. There's no
so
way
this
that guy
100% ruined it for me. So he is without a doubt a hear me out
you have to put him in there with the intention that we're going to take a picture with all of them.
Oh, yeah. So well, I tried to kind of, I'm at an angle.
Okay.
Okay, your turn.
We had to explain it to him because we were looking at pictures. And he's like,
asked who was on top of the temple. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a Mormon dude. So he was, I don't know if he was all there. Hear me out, SLC Airport. Absolutely. Actually, SLC Airport has a Lego store in it. It is really
nice.
Even
this is the first time we've been there since they remodeled it, and it's actually really nice inside.
It's awesome. Not gonna lie. Even though we got late, I guess it wasn't Salt Lake's fault that we were late.
Yeah.
But here's another niche one. I don't know. I want everybody to know about this one because it is part of the moral panic among right-wing conservative, religious people, and I just really want people to understand that it's a part of their Mormon history, and they can hate it all they want, but I chose Madame Patarini, who is the drag persona of Brigham Young's son, one of his sons. Now, I do want to make a couple of clarifications here. He, as far as we know, he would never out openly gay son of Brigham Young, and it seemed to be more of a heterosexual coded performance and everything, but it was not rejected by the Mormon public. He even did a performance as Madame Patarini at Lorenzo Snow's birthday, who was one of the consequent presidents of the church. So Madame Patarini's getting the
iconic, honestly,
the hear me out treatment. But yeah, I thought that was really funny. So anytime if a Mormon ever tells you, oh yeah, we don't do those, drag queens are out here trying to predate on our children or whatever, you can be like, okay, but what about Madame Patarini? Why was Lorenzo Snow okay with Madame Patarini?
Just saying.
So I mean, this is old time drag. This is like late 1800s.
Jen.
They also have a gin named Madame Patarini. I have some in our cabinet upstairs.
We do. Jen asked, has anyone said Mormon Jesus? I was going to say Mormon Jesus, but I knew everybody was going to make fun of me because it's like the most obvious thing, because Mormon Jesus is kind of a thirst trap. Are we talking 90% about of the time.
The British one in those videos, or just like any Mormon Jesus?
Any Mormon Jesus is kind of thirst trapped out to be like this. Ryan Gosling was like an obvious choice for me. I wanted to go more not as obvious, but I mean, obviously he's cute. Of course, I will agree with you on that.
I would love a full history of drag in Salt Lake City. However, I don't think that we are the people who should do that. I think there are tons of awesome drag queens in Salt Lake City who are way better qualified and will know way more stuff than we ever would. So
probably. Okay, so McKay has one more, and I have two more.
You have two more?
Yeah, I did an extra one because I couldn't keep it to this many. So Hannah's gonna be happy because who is my hear me out from current church leadership? It's Dieter Uchtdorf.
Dieter Uchtdorf.
It's Dieter,
the pilot, everybody's favorite German pilot.
I just think, like, in terms of like an older man, because he's really not that old in my mind. In terms of
He
an
is
older
pretty
man,
old, actually. I think he's 70s, 80s.
He's attractive. I think he's attractive. And especially younger Dieter was a pilot. And if you've seen some of those photos, some of his photos of like him in the cockpit of the plane, like he was attractive. But I still think he's attractive. Silver fox status indeed. So Dieter is 100% going on our cake.
Was he ever a pilot for the Luftwaffe? Or was he just a commercial pilot? I don't know.
I have no clue. Okay.
Someone let me know.
We got Dieter on there.
Oh yeah, Ryan Gosling did grow up Mormon. But that's not a hear me out. Like,
should have done Remy.
Have you seen him? He's just fine. There's no explanation needed for that. Okay, this is another just completely unhinged one. But it's more to raise awareness because I love this is just like a classic stupid ass meme from the 2010s. But this guy, I can't remember. Wilford Brimley. He's the Liberty Medical diabetes meme.
What? How is this connected to Mormonism?
He's Mormon.
Nuh-uh.
I'm dead fucking serious, dude.
Okay.
And also he's just got that fucking mustache. I guarantee he's like the most fucking racist person you've ever met in Mormonism, but he's got to be on there for that wicked awesome mustache.
I should put Andy Reid on here.
Diabetes. I saw a picture comparing him like side by side. Andy Reid.
Yes. Okay. Okay. The iconic mustache.
So shout out Wilford Brimley. I think he's an actor, whatever. The walrus mustache. It hits.
That is it.
It's so good. Yeah, I forget about him being Mormon, but anytime it comes up, it's my did you know that?
Okay, so last one. I hope James is still in here. You guys are gonna make fun of me for this. I know it, but I will own this. This is another silver fox.
Let's see it.
Do you know who it is?
Oh my god! Oh my god!
This is Mitt Romney. And I think Mitt Romney is a silver fox. I'm sorry. I think he was cute when he was running, like Mormon cute, but I think he's a silver fox now. So I don't support his politics.
He's a waffling little fucking weasel.
But I think he's cute. So this is 100% hear me out. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
A Mormon Colonel Sanders.
I'm sorry. Okay,
that's
where
fair.
Should I put him? Should I put him back here?
Yeah, that works. Oh man, look at that.
Okay.
Look at that. We got everybody on there.
Wait, this guy's falling out. Let me find him. Let's put him.
No, he's got to be off to the side there.
Can we put him? Well, he's gonna cover up people.
He's fine if he's falling
well,
out.
he's just like falling.
He's not
out
falling.
Over here. Okay, we'll put him like that.
Are you saying that because he's old?
No.
That's rude. Right here. Boom.
Okay, we limited ourselves to only a few people, so we probably could have done a few more.
Well, our cake is already just packed to the fucking to the fucking brim, baby.
Okay, James agrees with me. Mitt Romney is actually gorgeous and makes my daddy issues tingle. There you go, everyone. Join the club, James, because I feel the same.
I wish we had like kind of
centered
this up a little bit better.
Have here. Subscription numbers have gone down.
We don't give a fuck. We got the plaque already anyway.
Oh my god. Again, don't support his politics at all, but
right,
he is attractive.
Zaddy. Honestly.
We got to take a picture of his cake.
I think one of my runners up was I don't know if he's the presiding bishop anymore, but Gerald Cassé with the really thick eyebrows.
He's kind of cute.
I don't know what it is about. It's the French accent, I think.
One of my runners up was Alex Boyer.
He's like extra piece of shit now.
I mean, I know he's a piece of shit, so it's a real big hear me out. But at least according to his ex-wife, but Alex Boyer was on my short list also.
I'm going to cuddle my cat Remy in devastation that the other Remy was not.
I know. I should have thought of Remy. Now, I wish I would have put Andy Reid on here. We should have put Remy on here.
Remy is not a hear me out, though.
He's not. He's just, like, cute as is.
Yeah. He's cute as a button. Let's call it like it is.
Oh my God. What a freaking ride this was. Okay, well, thanks for not entirely judging us.
Thanks for not judging us. Jordan, will you take a picture? Because I want to take a bite
George
out of this
W. Cake. George W. 100%.
Oh, we're just
on like a
we're
random
just throwing shit out.
James just put it in the chat.
Oh,
100% agree. Especially now. Watch this drive. Like, stop, stop.
Now watch this drive. I can't think of that without thinking of peeling flesh now.
Now, I will say, because someone said, where are all the women? And I will point it out. I think that the majority of the women that are like used in like Mormon movies or like anything Mormon, they're all gorgeous.
We got to talk about our.
So it's not a hear me out because they're cute.
We got to talk about our Mormon connection, our Mormon woman connection.
Oh yeah,
for
you guys are brain broke last night.
Hold on, yeah, hold up.
For those of you that have watched,
hold on. Let's see.
Not Real Housewives.
Those of you who watched the RM with us.
Yeah, who was here that watched the RM with us?
All right, let me pull this shit up for you guys real fast. The RM.
Your cake is a sausage fest. It is. As a bisexual woman, there is no woman I could put on here that I was like, hear me out. Like, they're all just black and white cute to me. So they wouldn't have worked in terms of what we were trying to do, really. Plus, there is also a lot less women in Mormon media because of, patriarchy, misogyny, all that.
We can't show the current picture because then it gives it away.
What current picture?
This one.
Oh.
Fuck.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to find a place where it shows her. Oh, shit. Maybe we can find it. I'll just scrub through.
Yeah, George W. and Obama. Watching Mitt and Obama during that debate, like.
Jared, listen.
Yeah, that was an iconic time for politics.
Where did he meet her?
Hey, listen.
Oh, it's at this stage.
Sure, okay, yeah.
I'm pulling it up. There's no like images of her on this shit. Anyway, hold on.
I will watch Saturday's Warrior any day. Julia.
Okay.
Obama.
So from the RM. This woman right here. I can't remember her name. Kelly. Her?
It's Kelly.
Yes.
So the RM is a Mormon produced movie.
We watched it with the patrons. It's one of my favorites, despite it being like wickedly racist and fatphobic and all the other shit.
Binders full of women.
But do you guys know what she's doing now? And a lot of you actually probably have seen her recently.
If you watch the Real Housewives franchise.
Yeah. What's her name, Jordan?
Her name is Brittany.
This is Brittany from Real Housewives. Whitney's friend.
Pull up her Real Housewives photo.
Yeah, hold on.
So I saw this in a subreddit last night. The people were like, Brittany used to be in Mormon movies, and now I don't think she's Mormon anymore. I think she is Mormon, but has like a more progressive relationship with the church. Especially because you kind of have to be on Real Housewives.
Yeah, here you go. Brittany Bateman.
Brittany Bateman from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City.
Can we get... I don't care about your story. Sorry.
This is her now. She's very cute.
God damn it.
But like, honestly, what a vibe. She's also dating or not dating Jared Osmond. Like
as
nephew of Donnie Osmond.
So anyway, there's that.
So isn't that wild? It's weird how there's all these like connections.
I was watching and I was like, she just has that. It has to just be that face that just looks really familiar, but I don't know who it is. And then Jordan came up with that last night. I was like, what the fuck? So that was really interesting, especially after we had just had our little watch party for that that like a month ago. So that's fun. Jordan's taking a picture of this real fast. Thank God I kind of cleared off the desk. So anyway, are we talking about Jim Caviezel?
Another terrible person.
Yeah. I don't think he's Mormon. Just Timmy.
Just
allegedly.
Timmy.
Allegedly. Also, there's already a new temple dispute brewing in Bakersfield, California. I feel like we just were on this shit very recently, out in Texas, up in Wyoming, and the Wyoming thing where they broke ground, like very low key, casual.
Oh yeah,
on the
they didn't
temple.
tell anybody.
Yeah, the one that they're currently involved in a lawsuit with the town or whatever. Caviezel is Tradcap. I figured, that guy's crazy.
Well, Timmy's kind of going the Tradcap direction.
Yeah,
now.
I'm pretty sure. Was that what we were talking about with James? I think it was.
I don't remember. Yeah, I think so.
We did see the season 2 announcement
Yes.
of Secret
Season
Lives.
2, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
We already kind of figured because Michaela had kind of hinted at.
But they got
the
the official go ahead.
Yeah, now we're cool.
My favorite thing this channel has brought me was ACOTAR. That is honestly the best compliment
to ACOTAR too.
Because I think at least once a day about how stoked I would be if I could read ACOTAR again for the first time. Like, I would pay money to be able to forget that entire series and then read it over again. I'm going to take a bite
of this cake, by the way.
Okay. Real Housewives over Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. See, I don't know.
I'm the other way around.
I have a hard time trying to decide.
Actually.
I have a hard time. Like, I feel like they're different. Like, the only... Like, I don't know. I feel like Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is also kind of weird in the Housewives franchise. Like, the only person that I feel like really stands out as a housewife that could make it with the other ones in the other, like, areas would be Meredith. Like, I don't think the other girls, like Whitney or them, could handle it. I think Taylor from Secret Lives could hold her own with the Housewives. I think Taylor's messy enough. I think Demi and Jesse could do it. I don't think Jen could handle it. I don't know if Macy could handle it.
Great news, Julia. We already did.
I read Fourth Wing.
Iron Flame.
And Iron Flame. I'm waiting for the January book to come out.
Onyx
also
Storm.
An iconic one. If you like...
It's not for everybody.
If you liked ACOTAR and you like Fourth Wing, one of my favorites that's more of like an indie book that doesn't get enough recognition that I absolutely fucking love is The Witch Collector by Teresa Weeks. If you haven't read The Witch Collector, put it on your TBR. It is iconic. Yeah, I think Demi could handle herself with the Housewives.
Mom Talk definitely will survive this, which we love to see.
Yes, many of... Oh, hello, Baloney. Many of you gave us
Baloney.
book recs. I did read Powerless,
Don't lick.
And I liked it.
I see you moving your mouth, getting ready to lick. It is very dry. I don't know what the fuck happened.
Ah, Baloney, stop.
You need to take larger bites of that cake. Here's the thing. I've recently been on a journey to change my eating habits because I have fucking very poor eating habits, and I have for a very long time. So.
I did read Hunger Games. Not my favorite. Not enough, like, tension for me. Baloney? Can I help you?
God damn.
Would you like to come here, please? Come here. Make a
Don't
choice.
show hole.
Make a choice.
Baloney. You can't show hole on this, on God's YouTube.
Okay, can you sit, please? Sit, please. Sit, please. AJ, that's satire for sure.
To colonize a planet.
I heard part of that.
Yeah, that was definitely not.
Oh my god!
Yo!
He normally does not eat our food.
Cake for keeping.
I have never had him do this before.
Dink my offie?
He's not wearing his garments.
I know.
Baloney.
Look at you, causing other kitties out there to sin, possibly. Not a good look, Baloney.
Their girlfriend came in the backyard today. There's a cat in our neighborhood.
Oh my god.
She's so cute.
We call her Belle because she has a bell around her neck.
She's adorable.
No clue where she lives, but she definitely has an owner. So, but she's an outside cat for sure.
She's an outside cat, and she came onto our porch today, and Thomas lost it. Be
Don't.
so for
I'm
real.
eating off that fork too.
You are allergic to everything. You cannot. You're allergic to literally everything, so you cannot eat human food. You would have a swollen lip every day.
The great thing about this cake is it does not present itself as anything other than a $6 cake, which I think is just fine, actually. And even for a $6 cake, it's almost exceeding expectations, other than being like drier than the Salt Lake.
All right, would you like to pull up some old photos?
Hold on.
I was thinking maybe go to your or my old Instagram that I don't even have anymore.
Let me look. Where can I find you? What is your... Just Jordan Forsyth?
No, I changed it so that people wouldn't find it, but I'm trying to remember what I changed it to.
Yeah, now it doesn't matter, so...
Give me the keyboard.
I can look in my following.
I was gonna say just go to your. You've probably tagged me and stuff.
There we go.
Okay.
Oh, oh shit! Hold on, we gotta.
That's what I mean.
Here we
Just
go.
Scroll back far enough. Yeah.
Oh, that'll work.
Okay. You guys like
Here's
throwbacks,
Jordan's
right?
old Instagram. Just don't let me scroll up past this. They're old enough photos that I wouldn't mind as much, but here's Jordan's old Instagram. Hey, look at me being a weirdo. Some llamas by Jordan's grandma's house that we would go visit.
Or pregnancy announcement.
Yep.
Wedding photo.
Ooh, 2 years. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Here's
I can't see
here's
chat.
the one that I wanted to show off. Check out this caption. No, seriously, baloney. How I love our prophet, this gospel, and one of my most cherished blessings, my husband, which I hope remains to be the truth.
That is true.
The last part, at least.
You like how I capitalized the P in prophet?
That is extreme.
I was very dedicated, you guys.
She was.
Baloney!
In Yellowstone. Is this another? Oh yeah. We saw some wolves that time. Look at all that. 300 weeks ago.
300 weeks ago.
Damn. That was the end of 2018. Here's Jordan graduating for undergrad. I don't want to pull too many randos into here.
It's fine. It's Instagram.
It is Instagram. That's all right. Oh, here's us at the Great Salt Lake. That shit was stinky. We were at Antelope Island. This is so old. Also, my best friend was hanging out with us.
I took a picture of him.
Yeah.
Being contemplative.
Look at all this. Okay, we're getting too many other people, but yeah, check that out.
Isn't that crazy?
But it's crazy that it's 6 years ago to the day on this one. Oh no, 2019. 5 years ago.
5
to the
years
day.
ago.
Interesting that it was the Sunday session that time too.
Mm-hmm.
This one was crazy because I remember specifically I was working at the church at this time, and at the end of this while at this conference, Rusty had said, make sure to eat take your vitamins because you're not going to want to miss this, or something along those lines, because they were going to have a special conference the following spring, which was spring of 2020, where they were going to, it was the 200th anniversary of the first vision that Joseph Smith had, where God and Jesus, or Moroni, or just Jesus, or just God, or a bunch of angels. He can't really keep his story straight on that one. It was the 200th anniversary of that vision, and they were going to make this revelation called the everlasting, or the living Christ, a like a canonical scripture. But he said that. He said, make sure you take your vitamins or whatever. And then COVID happened not too long after, and everybody was like, oh my God, this is a prophet of God. He said, take your vitamins, and then there's a global pandemic.
Yeah.
Like, vitamins aren't going to help you against COVID, but, whatever. So, anyway.
I was trying to see if I can find any of this.
That was fun. Jordan's pulling up some stuff. Oh, you're trying to find your baptism pics?
Yeah. I don't think I have them, to be honest.
I do, but
my mom has.
I think I might have showed them on stream once, but
those photos. This is terrifying.
Oh my God. It's Jordan.
Should
young
I send
Jordan.
It to you?
Send it to me and I'll throw it up there.
This is mortifying.
I don't want to tease everybody and then not show them.
Okay.
Jordan is swallowing her pride.
To show you this.
And she's going to show you all this. Crusty Rusty. Yeah. Rusty is 100. Yeah, I can't believe Rusty. It has to be some sort of sick cosmic joke that Rusty makes it to 100. I could not stop hearing from people. They're like, I can't believe that Russell M. Nelson is 100 years old. And look how, like, Joe Biden is struggling. I'm like, some people are just built to last to 100. I don't fucking know. It definitely doesn't have to deal with Mormonism. Look at all the other Mormons who die so fucking young. So, what about that, huh? That's called confirmation bias, friend. All right, Jordan got the pic to me. Here we go. Y'all are gonna love this. Honest, I have absolutely no shit to talk because I was definitely just as bad.
If you notice, it's very subtle, but this was also the phase in which it was the crimping time.
Look at those crimps.
So I had a hair crimper, that I would crimp. And I saw a TikTok the other day that I came across that I sent to McKay that was like the vibe of, and we'll just see how many of you did this, putting like shopping bags on the wall was the trend at the time. Do you guys remember doing that? Like taking Hollister and Victoria's Secret and like that kind of stuff and putting it up on the wall, and like just with like push pins. And I look at it now and it's like the most like 2010s obnoxious thing to do.
It's so capitalism core.
It is 100% capitalism core. But I'll send this to McKay so he can put it up on screen, because I literally did the same thing, and I thought it was so cool for doing it. I'll text it to McKay. You worked at Hollister? Can you still smell things?
That's hilarious. I remember Hollister. Is it still around?
Yeah, it is. This was my room.
Oh, fuck. Hold on. Sorry, guys.
In the early 2010s.
Can I make it bigger? Oh, there we go. Look at that.
This is embarrassing because there's
The
so much.
string lights.
There's so much happening here. There's the string lights. There's the Jesus freak sticker in between the half naked Hollister men, which is really fitting. And then me with my bumper sticker of One Relationship Away from being a country song when I was like 11. A Juicy Couture bag that I saved all the way from New York to put on my wall. There's a temple photo, or that might not even be the temple. That might be the Capitol. I was thinking that was the temple, but I think that's the Capitol.
Yeah.
So I didn't even have anything Mormon on my wall at this point. But this was the vibe
from your mom's
from
house.
my mom. She probably threw it in the dumpster.
Probably. Also, can y'all
No, we didn't even
vouch
take
for
the
me on
handles
this
off
one?
the bags.
Vouch for me on this one. These are little blocks of wood that are painted a different color. This is fucking insane, right? Because I saw those and I was like, your mom put those up? What was she on?
My mom did that. I remember when she
was
proposed
that like
it to me.
a trend or something?
No.
'Cause holy shit.
No, it wasn't.
Like,
She
this
came
is
up
like,
with
nobody
it.
was asking for this.
She traveled for work a lot, and I remember she came up with it on the plane. Like, she was on the plane coming home from wherever she was for work, and she, like, drew me a picture of it and was like, we're going to do this to your room with these colors. And I was like, okay. And this was, like, the 50th time she'd painted over my room because I had so many other, like, I used to have, like, all purples and pinks and, like, so many different colors. And so that was my room. It's giving ketchup and mustard.
Thank
literally.
you. I was like, this looks like the interior of a 3 margaritas.
Yeah, I did not choose
Like,
this. This was not.
It's giving shitty Mexican chain.
This was
restaurant.
not my choice. Let's see if I can find
The
stuff
blocks
in
of wood
mine.
is giving cool hotel vibes with patterned pillows and a funky chair in the corner.
Yeah, I don't
Not the
even
funky
know.
cuck chair.
Like, I don't even know where that came from, honestly.
Purple and green room. I don't know. Maybe it was just that my parents would never let me paint a color that stupid. Sorry, not stupid, but that
Not stupid.
abnormal.
Let's see. I have pictures of me touching the temple.
I'm glad you said the temple.
Ha ha ha.
The funky cuck chair. I'm crediting Hannah for that one.
Let's see.
I always love those posts where they're like, "Oh my god, this hotel has the cuck chair." Like, are we just all
a
sitting on the
chair,
bed? Like, sometimes you want to sit somewhere else that's not the bed in the hotel room.
honestly. God, I have so much photos of nothing. The
Dead
nativity
air.
scene at the temple. You're supposed to be talking
You
while
should-
I'm looking.
Oh, you're in Instagram.
Oh, here's all the. No, this is Facebook. Here's
Oh,
all here's me with all the missionaries.
Oh dear God,
I won't dox the missionaries.
you should not have been in there.
I was with the elders and the sisters.
Still, I don't think there's any reason for a teenager to be in like a district meeting or whatever. That's
Probably
crazy.
not. Probably not.
That's crazy.
But that's what I did because I was missionary obsessed.
Everybody was. Oh, do you have any Trek pictures?
Ew.
Okay,
I never went.
I do. I have to find them. Hold on.
I never went.
I-
I had too much anxiety.
Yeah, I can get you Trek pictures. I can get you Trek pictures. We're just gonna
Yeah, I don't know where my baptism one
we're gonna
went.
do our best here. I don't remember ever seeing a picture of your baptism, if I'm being honest. Jordan had to be baptized by who's actually my Sunday school teacher at one point. When I was
I
a
dated
kid.
his grandson.
Oh, his grandson.
for a
Yeah.
while. Lovely man. But yeah, because you know, in Mormonism, if you don't have any Mormon male family members that hold the priesthood that are worthy, and I didn't because my mom married somebody who wasn't Mormon, you had to like have somebody else do it for you. And so I don't even remember if I picked. I think my mom probably picked my Sunday school teacher at the time.
You'll have to give me a minute because thank God my dad is like really neurotic about organizing pictures because I can find them, but it takes me a little while because I don't remember. Oh, here it is.
We did talk in high school. We almost got caught when we were TPing someone's house.
Yeah, it was pretty seldom, but
Yep, we went together and you...
why does it say your personal account needs attention? Bitch, me too. What?
That was like the only time we ever really talked in high school was the one time that we had mutual friends that TP'd someone's house and we were doing the same person. Can you bring cameras in the baptism room? Yes.
It's in the cultural hall usually. So usually the standard, what are you looking at? The standard practice is that you can take pictures, but not while it's happening, is usually like what they expect of people,
Hey.
which I mean is like kind of a reasonable expectation if you ask me.
Hey, no, look at me. I'm trying to take a picture of you.
So
Will
why
you
won't
look
these
up?
load?
I'm trying
Because
to take
this
a
is
picture of
annoying.
you so
I
they
guess
can
that's what
see
they were
you.
talking about when I was saying your personal account needs attention.
Why did we TP the house? So,
Because we were fucking annoying.
because we were bad, and we did that a lot. McKay did worse things than me.
I did it all the time.
But that was kind of
Honestly.
what we would do. And like the girl that I would usually do it with, her dad was a cop. And so we felt like we always kind of had to get out of jail free card if we got caught, because usually he was on duty when we were doing it. So like if we got pulled over, we could be like, oh, this is our friend and her dad's a cop, and he'll yell at us and like you don't have to worry about it, and we would still get in trouble, but like not as bad. But for whatever reason, TPing was a really big thing in our ward, and we did it all the time.
That was one of 2 times that I ever got caught, by the way.
Outside of that, I never got caught. Whenever it would be like,
But
hey,
it was pretty regular.
it's like 11 o'clock at night. Let's go do that to somebody we don't like. People do watch you get baptized. They invite like your parents and ward members and family, and everybody comes and sits and watches. It's very awkward.
Baptisms were always a huge thing for missionary too, because they're like, okay, this is like one of the most spiritual things that you can witness while you're in a church building. So they would try, we, when I was a missionary, we would always try to have people who were investigating the church at baptisms, even if they weren't there to be baptized, so that they could see how it goes and they could feel the spirit or whatever. So a lot of more ward members. When I was baptized, I was my first grade teacher came, which bless her heart, because she was not Mormon, but we invited her and she came.
Yep.
And
It's another
that was really nice of her.
opportunity.
Really good person.
Yes.
I'm sure everybody was like, oh, maybe she will. And then she was just there like, I would never.
You're not allowed to swim in the ocean or in pools on Sundays if you're a missionary.
You're not allowed to swim at all.
Period.
Period.
But there is this weird like cultural thing about Satan controlling the water.
It's not technically cultural. It's in the Doctrine and
People
Covenants.
deny that it's actually
Yeah.
what it says it is.
There
As
is a
usual.
passage in the Doctrine and Covenants where Joseph is traveling with some people, and they are trying to decide whether they should go along the river or they should just get a boat and go on the river. And someone has like kind of a vision or whatever that the devil was riding on the waves and that they would perish if they had gone by water. So they opted to not. So that has been extrapolated. And with the missionary rule to the devil rules over the waters. And a lot of people say that. The swimming thing is just a no nonsense. Like, there's a lot of things that can go wrong when you swim in a body of water. So liability wise, you just avoid a lot by saying, nope, nobody's going swimming.
Yeah. So they do that, and so there's kind of just this like weird colloquial Satan controls the water, and so don't be in the water kind of thing, especially on Sundays, because you're not supposed to be doing that kind of thing on Sunday anyway, because Sunday's, church stuff. You shouldn't be out like playing in water. I always thought it was some of the dumbest rules, but Mormonism has a lot of weird things that a lot of people don't ascribe by. People are asking where the baptisms happen. They happen in the church building. So that's the reason that people who aren't members can attend, because the church building has a little like font. It's just like a little.
It's like a
tile bath, basically.
Basically like a big.
I don't know how to describe it.
Basically like a small, very, very small pool that has stairs leading into it. Like if
it's really ugly too.
In the chapel, usually there's an overflow that's kind of cut off by these like accordion sliding curtain doors. When you open that up, you go into the cultural hall, which usually has basketball hoops, and usually attached to the cultural hall is the baptismal font. Older church buildings, it was in one of the auxiliary rooms, like the Relief Society room or whatever.
Yeah.
But how they build the chapels now, that's almost non-existent. They're almost all the same.
And they're just it's just kind of weird because you're like in the middle of just a regular room, almost like, just like a room. And then there's just like a bathtub like in front of you with like a little glass thing so you can see what's happening in front of you so that everybody can sit and watch. And it's just kind of bizarre. So no baptisms on Sundays. Most people do baptisms on Saturdays.
I don't know if I want to show the Trek pic because I'm almost
there's a lot of people to blur.
Not very visible, and it's mostly my family and my cousin who would not mind because she sees the channel, even though she works for the church. But she wouldn't mind. She's chill. But it's mostly just the rest of my family, and I'm like,
I think that
I guess I could just show. I don't know. It's not really worth it. Let me look for my baptism photo though.
I think the modesty thing with swimming is part of it. Remember when the majority of members are getting baptized when they're 8, so like children.
Yep.
If you get baptized, like you can get baptized at any point after that, but 8 is the age of accountability, so that's when all the members get baptized.
Jumpsuit?
Oh my gosh, that is so crazy. You were bribed at the pool party. Yeah, there's usually a bribe in terms of how people get their kids to do it. Like, we'll throw a big party for you and everybody will be so happy. And it's like, what kid's going to say no to that? Because Mormons always say, my kid made the choice to get baptized. Like, no.
But was it really?
8. Can they really? Yeah, no baptisms on Sundays. It's just another day to like drag you to the church for something too.
These were the
they
photos.
Let you swim in a storm drain though. No, probably not.
This was the photo that they put on my little baptism invitation. Let's go. Come on. There we go. Boom.
Oh my God.
Look at this, guys. Boom. 8-year-old me.
So cute.
I see a lot of our son in there. I'm not going to lie.
Yep.
But he's got longer hair.
Yes, he does.
I think I have the announcement in there too.
That is crazy. This is on your front porch.
Oh, it's got the church building location.
When did you have aspens in front of your house?
For like most of the time that I
really?
lived there. Yeah, it wasn't until they cut those down like when I was on my mission.
Oh, I was gonna say, because that's your house, but I don't remember the aspen trees.
Yeah. We had a whole bunch. There was even ones over, like over in front of where the deck is.
Yeah.
There was always a deck there, but there used to be aspens that there was like 1 or 2 or 3 that kind of went around the corner.
Oh, okay.
And those we cut down a really long time ago because they were all really yucky. So yeah, baby McKay.
I feel like I have a...
Heather and Kimchi, welcome to the Jack Mormon tier. Ba-boom.
We love Heather and Kimchi. I feel like I posted a younger... This is the only picture I have of younger me, but if you guys are on Instagram, you haven't seen it. I'll text it to McKay. This is one of the only younger photos of me that I have. Like I said, my mom has everything, which is really annoying.
Alina said, at a concert tonight, so I'll join the rewatch crew, but just wanted to say congratulations. I'm so proud of you both. Thank you for the 11th month. 11 months, Alina. Shout out.
The evil eye on the trees, too.
This looks like a cover for a book about indoctrinating children.
Are both of your parents blonde? No.
They were when they were kids.
When they were kids.
Yeah. But for me,
your mom has darker hair.
My mom has darker hair. My dad has darker hair now.
His mom's hair is like my color.
Yeah.
This is one of the only younger pictures of
Look
me
at
that I have.
I also see a lot of our son in that too. Holy shit.
Yeah, I do. I see a lot of our son in there.
Oh, man.
Which is only fair because for the longest time, our son was like identical to McKay, despite the fact that I had the most horrendous pregnancy and the most horrendous labor and delivery. Like, despite all of that, he was just like copy paste of McKay. And so now it's nice to see that he does, people will tell me that he does look like me at least a little bit now.
His eyes in that picture. That's
for sure.
Like identical. He's so funny because he does a lot of the same things that Jordan does. Like, he's not like huge on chocolate, and he's very selective, just like Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
Jordan will eat some chocolate things that she loves, like Almond Joy, but not everything. Like the other day I was at the store and he wanted to get Twinkies. I was like, oh, if we're going to get those, let's go to Costco, because we're on our way to Costco too to get a couple things.
It's a treat food, not like a regular
It's a treat
thing.
food, don't worry. And then we're at Costco, and they had like special Halloween chocolate ones, and they didn't want them because they were chocolate.
I'm like, you know what?
I would never guess. I was like, well, I guess I'm going back to the regular store at some point this week.
Everybody thought I was a freak. Everybody still thinks I'm a freak because they're like, you don't like chocolate? And I'm like, I have to be in the mood for it.
What's wrong with you?
I have to be in the mood for it. I don't know what it is, but it has to be like, it has to hit me at the right time.
Seriously.
Yeah, we were both very, very blonde. I think McKay has retained his blonde, but I have not so much. Mine, like I was as blonde as McKay when I was a kid, and now it's like I'm super dark. This is my natural color. Show Babby.
My brother is adopted, and when he was a baby, strangers were always telling her how much he favored her.
That's funny.
Hell?
It's always the awkward, like, adopted conversation. Because, like, what do you say to that? Like, if your kid's adopted and they're like, oh, they look so much like you. It's just like a, thanks. I don't have time to dive into this right now, so we're just going to move on.
I am not named after David O. McKay. My parents just like the name. There were I know a lot of several other people who had McKay as a middle name, but I'm the only person. Oh, I know one other person who went by McKay as their first name.
Well, you were named after your grandma, weren't you?
My first name is from my grandma. But yeah, my favorite thing is at the store when like older people are like, oh, she's so cute. And then I just kind of sit there and wait to let the gears turn and let them realize their mistake. Because usually they just see the back of his head because he's got long hair. And then watch the wheels turn as they figure out.
It's not even that long anymore. Like, he just kind of has like a bowl cut kind of thing happening. Like the traditional
and it's really
kids.
popular for
it's
everybody
not
to
long.
have long hair lately.
It doesn't go to his shoulder. It doesn't go past, like, it barely goes past his ears. And so he doesn't really have long hair anymore, but it still happens all the time. And it's like, whatever.
Kazoo's real name is not a Mormon name.
It's a family name.
It's a family name. It's a popular. There's nothing weird about it.
No.
It's definitely.
We picked a very traditional name.
We're not Utahns in that sense.
Yeah.
At all. I may drive
it's
like one.
It's a Book of Mormon name, really, I guess.
Yeah, there is a Book of Mormon character.
But it's like a regularly named person. It's not like the Moroni.
There's also a founding father that he shares names with.
Yeah, so it's like very traditional name.
Yeah. Nothing too crazy.
Mm-mm.
But his middle name is my name.
Yeah, it's
my
McKay,
same middle name. So we're really stupid in this family because we have McKay, Little McKay, and Jordan Mackenzie.
Yeah, we got a lot of MKs.
Yeah.
You named your kid Nephi. Can you imagine? The neighbors behind us when we lived with my mom had like Nephi, Emma, Joseph. They had like all Mormon names. No, because Sue will never be on.
Did I ever tell you?
Tragedy.
There was this kid that I met when I was on my mission, and his name was Nephi, in Spanish, Nephi. And he was a convert.
Really? That's
Yep.
wild.
And his mom was not a member. She just heard about it because she had met with missionaries, and she was like, I like that name from the Book of Mormon.
Oh my
Never
God.
joined, and named her kid Nephi.
Good thing she didn't pick like Layman or Lemuel or something.
Or, yeah, something off. Or Korahor.
There are a lot, like I taught in Utah public schools, and the amount of Utah names would surprise you. Like I had everything. Moroni's, like tons of Josephs, tons of Emmas, like every very traditional Mormon name that you can think of, somebody names their kid that. Nephi.
Well, and it's not even just the white people. I had one of my coworkers when I worked at the church. Shout out to him. He was the chillest one of anybody there. He was so cool. His name was Nai for short, Nai, because his name was Molonai, which is Moroni and Tongan.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Moroni is a common one.
Nimrod used to be a temple name. It no longer is in the... But that wasn't until, like, not that long ago. Within the last 20 years, they phased Nimrod out.
Yeah.
Poor Nimrod. I don't even know what he did.
I always liked my temple name.
Phoebes.
Phoebe.
And mine was Isaiah.
Oh, tons of Hirams. So many Hirams. Which it's like tragic because like we know an ex-Mormon person who has a kid named Hiram. And it's like, it's just kind of like,
whoops.
well, like I can
Dude,
understand
I can't
the Emma
imagine
and Joseph ones.
I
That's
can't
better.
Imagine being named Hiram and then you go to high school and everybody calls you Hyman or something like that.
Yeah, something terrible.
Dorcas.
Phoebe and Isaiah. Yep, Julia, you remembered. And we didn't even tell each other.
Julia knows. Oh yeah, we did. Well, I knew because you say
that's part of the
you give it
temple
to,
ritual when you get married.
when you get sealed.
But
you
I
get to
never knew
learn a new
his
name.
until we left. And it was like a whole
And I
big
was
thing.
like,
It
I
was
kept
a
it
whole
so
big thing
tight.
when we decided. I still remember when you decided to tell me because I was like, I feel like this is so wrong for you to be telling me like this right now.
Yeah, Mohanrai Moriankum.
Mm-hmm. Just terrible, terrible names that people should not be naming their kids. Like I can understand, like at least the Joseph and Emma's, like you've got some just like common names that are attached to other things where it's not like obvious it's a Book of Mormon name. But like Moroni, like
There's no getting around that one.
that's if somebody looks it up, that's what they're gonna see.
Yeah, sorry.
If you Jen, you did, but it's okay. We'll show it to you.
Do people name their kids Temple or some crap? I guarantee you there's a kid named Temple.
Probably.
Boom, you did miss out on it, but you can always go back. It was one of the ones that we did. Oh, you know who I should have done on our Hear Me Out?
Huh.
I was going to do Joshua Graham from Fallout New Vegas. That is a true Hear Me Out because, well, for one, he's got burns all on him. And for two, he's like fucking evil.
Okay. We have 10 minutes left. What is your...
Oh, I brought up a whole bunch
plan?
of shit about conference this weekend. If you were unaware, this weekend was the semi-annual general conference of the Church of Jesus
And I
Christ
was
of Latter-day
aware
Saints.
because everyone was feeling it.
Oh, yeah. Give your rundown on
I
your
had...
friends.
It's just hard when, especially if you're in a position where you're like leaving the church or you're trying to figure out what you want, or like it's really hard on like people that I work with professionally that are in that place that then have to deal with conference, because it's just like it's almost like another Mormon surveillance tactic when, you know, your parents are texting you and being like, what's your favorite conference talk, or like, what do you think about this, or how about all those temples, like, you know, it's just kind of like, it's just like another way for them to check in. And so like if you're not like, if you're choosing to leave or like trying to figure out what you believe and you're choosing to not watch conference, and then, you know, your mom is texting you is like, what was your favorite, like it's just really hard on people in that position. So that's why this weekend's hard for numerous reasons on people, but that's kind of what I've been seeing from a very vague professional angle and what I have seen, like, since working with this population, is that General Conference is just like another opportunity for like Mormons to surveil each other on whether or not they're participating and watching it.
Yep, and it's always the time where people start up reactivation efforts for people who have stopped going to church. They're always like reaching out on, oh, I heard this talk at conference and it made me think of you, that kind of stuff.
That kind of stuff.
And it just always reminds me, like, people should not have to dread something like this.
Yeah.
Because of the reaction that their family members or their community members are having. Like, that is like a really big red flag that people are having big anxiety and like anguish over the fact that they have this conference, because they know that they're going to get bombarded with questions and people are going to be like coming to visit and things like that. So just gross, but
absolutely.
Let's get some of the highlights in here that I was seeing courtesy of Ex-Mormon Reddit. Somebody asked if we watched. I did not watch a single second of that. I'm not fucking wasting my time. Other people are watching it and I can get the highlights, honestly. But I thought this one is really interesting. This is David Ed Bednar, who is not far off from the Mormon Crown, being the president/prophet of the church. He said in a talk, and this looks like it comes from like a Deseret News article, the Book of Mormon, the church's foundational scripture, is not primarily a historical record that looks to the past. So it is official. People were kind of.
But he's saying not primarily.
It's not
primarily. Not that it's not, just not that it's like number one.
This is the step. It was a literal history of the Americas, document. A literal historical document. Now we're on to, it's not primarily a historical document. The next step is, it doesn't matter that it's not historical, it's still true.
Exactly. I mean, at the end of the day, they're always going to have a way to talk out of it.
That
is the majority of people's beef with this at this point, is this idea that, like, I don't believe in the Book of Mormon as a historical text or as a historical document. And so lots of progressive people are like, maybe there are some positive things I can get out of it, but it's not a historically accurate document.
Objectively. So
conferences live streamed on their website from YouTube, on TV.
This is generally what happened with the Book of Abraham and the Pearl of Great Price, where Joseph Smith, and the actual text claims that Joseph received an ancient papyrus that was from Egypt, that was penned by Abraham and translated by Joseph Smith. And then that papyrus was lost, but then it turned up. And it was not matching. Like, obviously now people are able to decrypt your Egyptian hieroglyphics, and they're like, okay, yeah, this is what he said he had, and that's not what it says. So they moved away from, even though that's what the text says, they're like, oh, well, it's not exactly like that. It was like a catalyst that he used to be able to receive the revelation, even though it wasn't what was written on the papyrus. Like, it's the same exact thing where people can be like, oh, it's not like literally this. And progressives are like, I don't think that it's this, but it makes me feel good. So they can
find a spot to sit with it. Yeah.
Okay. They were going really hard on the reactivation efforts. And this is exactly why I bring up, like, people are anguishing over this, because, like, sorry, this isn't the one that I was thinking of, but a quote from another of the 12: may we bury very, very deep any element of rebellion against God in our lives and replace it with a willing heart and a willing mind.
That just sounds like thought stopping to me.
That's exactly what it is. They're literally like, yeah, we know that you are having doubt, because first it was doubt your doubts.
Yeah.
That was already kind of bad. And now they're like, no, actually just shove those down. Don't even think about them. And just instead serve God. So like, that's
just
fun.
Ignore it. Like, ignore the intuitive information that you may be experiencing.
if you have any issue with anything that anybody's presenting you, just ignore it. Or if you're feeling like you should join Jordan and McKay for their live stream to celebrate 100,000 subscribers, don't do that, because that is rebellious to God.
Replace it with Jeebus.
Replace it with a 24-hour streamathon of the stupid conference instead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's becoming more and more... Jordan always talks about this, where they always have like two routes that they could end up going, which is they adapt to society, they become more progressive, or they double down and they separate the wheat from the tares.
Yep.
Which is what I'm leaning toward in this particular conference.
Yep.
That seems like what they're generally doing. Oh, we've got audio on this one. Hold on, we're going to see this. I want to see if this works first.
Nurture one's children,
Can you guys hear that?
or even intentionally avoiding.
I forget what it says.
I don't know what it says. Does it have captions on it?
Maybe. There's like I don't know why there's like an extra delay.
It's always the audio issue.
Okay, they can hear it. It's faint. Let me bump it up.
Don't go too crazy.
I won't be able to tell how bad it is, but I did bump it up 5 decibels. So hopefully, it has captions. Hopefully they work. That way I know what he's
Failing
saying
to
too.
nurture one's children, or even intentionally avoiding the blessing and responsibility of childbearing, solely for the sake of career advancement, can convert laudable achievement into a form of rebellion.
So this is exactly what he was talking about in that other
Bro,
quote.
what the fuck?
Yes.
Oh.
Hopefully
you
you
can
can.
be mad about this.
Who?
My boss.
Yes, I think it is.
Oh my
So,
gosh.
Like, this is just. I mean, this is the nail in the coffin that the needle is not moving, and if it is moving, it's not in the progressive direction. This is literally this weekend. He's like, don't put off childbearing because it is a form of rebellion. Your purpose is to have children, to rear children. And if you are putting off that in order to pursue a career goal or education goal, then you are rebelling against the church, against God, against the commandments.
Do you remember not that long ago?
2024.
But do you remember not that long ago there was one of the women leaders, the one who had a law firm, talked about how she pursued her education, like, seems to be intelligent, like, and committed and driven to her career. I don't remember which woman it is. If anybody knows, drop it in the chat. But it's one of the women leadership that did a whole, like, I think it was like a Facebook post where she talked about how she went to law school while she had children and was spending time in law school and was a lawyer and had her own law firm and like all these things. And Oaks was like pretending that they were like supportive of that. And it's like, this is where like the gaslighting with people comes in, because it's like, she's out here being like, yeah, I can go to law school and do my thing, and like the church is supportive of it. And then one of the 12 comes out and says that you literally should not put a career before having children, or like basically that's a sin.
That's
so
rebellion.
Like what are we doing? Like, who is talking at this point? Because it seems like they're just kind of, it seems to me more so than ever that all of them are at odds about how they would talk about these things.
That if she didn't do it all while also having kids, Oaks would not be on board.
Probably
He's
not.
only on board because she was also able to do everything. She was
That's if I got the
overextending
timeline
herself.
right. Yeah.
She was overextending herself. And he was like, yes, this is pleasing to me, which I don't give a fuck what that bald dumbass octogenarian has to say. He didn't even know how to work an iPad. So
It's just not like Nell just
how
said
am I gonna?
my Mormon sister-in-law has been putting off having kids so she can get her PhD. Wonder how she feels about this. Like, that's what they don't understand is they're also putting people on the fence who wouldn't have been on the fence about these kinds of things otherwise. Like, they're pushing people out that, I mean, I hate to say this, but they're pushing educated people out. Like, especially educated women.
Yeah, they
don't really want educated women.
They don't.
Honestly.
Well,
not to say that just having kids means that you're not intelligent, but they're like, hey, don't pursue education. Don't set yourself up so that if your husband ever leaves you that you'll be okay. Like, they're just kind of, they know, like, even demographically, like, who votes for Democrats. Like, we're talking about college educated women, right? So they're looking at that and going, oh, college educated women don't really fare well in the church unless they're going to BYU.
Who said it in here? Sarah O'Connor. Missionaries must be struggling to convert. They're always struggling to convert, especially in like the United States, Canada, in Europe, and places like that. And I just want to prove my point that they struggle in these places with the list of temples that they just announced. We're so going over. Sorry, I have to get through this. Just look at this list. Mexico, El Salvador, Colombia, Dominican Republic, Chile, and then further down, Nigeria, Uganda, Mozambique. And that's half the list of these temples are in developing nations. Those, and then the other ones are in places like Dublin is really shocking, and Milan is really shocking.
There's already a temple in Italy.
But Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, that's Morador.
White supremacist headquarters.
Queen Creek, Arizona, that's Morador.
Mm-hmm.
Price, Utah, that's Morador.
Utah
and then just some
temple.
other kind of odd New Jersey, Wisconsin, Alabama.
Well, these are big
Texas.
cities. Like El Paso's a big city. Milwaukee's a big city.
You're going to have a lot of people there. So and I mean, I'm not saying that people are more gullible in these places or anything. They're preying on the culture that I noticed, especially when I was in Honduras, of people who are generally still trending toward more religious, more spiritual, in places where you're not getting a lot of people who are willing to buy in on going to a church or a religion, especially one that is as demanding as the Mormon church. You're not seeing that much movement. Like, you're mostly seeing movement in places where it's already established. People are just having children. That's how it's growing. But, like, missionaries don't baptize very much around here in the United States and those places. It's primarily in the global South where they can take advantage of people who are already searching for stuff. And they're already more in tune with spirituality and religion, and they've always been a part of religion and stuff.
Well, here's what he literally said. Why are we building temples at such an unprecedented pace? Why? Because the Lord has instructed us to do so. The blessings of the temple help to gather Israel on both sides of the veil. These blessings also help to prepare a people who will prepare the world for the second coming of the Lord. Mention the second coming and they all go nuts, right? We're like, oh, he announced 17 more temples and talked about the second coming. It must be close.
Every conference. I remember Jordan's mom especially, because it always pissed me the fuck off. She's like, oh my God, the second coming is so close.
And they've been saying that since Joseph Smith's time.
Oh my God. They've been saying that since John the Baptist was around. Like, come on. Or not John the Baptist. Paul was around. Like, come on. That video is a jump scare. But get this. There are 185 announced temples, and there's just over 180 temples that are currently in operation. So literally half of the temples on the list are not even operational. But anyway. How many are there in Utah? A crazy amount.
A lot.
Let's see. Just going top to bottom, I can count Brigham City, Logan, Ogden, Layton. I think it's Layton or Kaysville. Bountiful, Salt Lake, Oker Mountain, Jordan River, Draper. They're building one in Tooele. They're building one in Heber. And then there's like Mount Timpanogos, Provo, Provo City Center. There's at least 15 or 20 that are completed or nearing
28.
completion. Oh my God. There you go. I wouldn't have been able to come up with 28.
Yep.
I'm surprised there isn't a song to list all the temples. Somebody's probably come up with one, but it would be kind of pointless because they get out of date like every 6 months. So, there is a Taylorsville temple. I totally forgot about that one.
I think Smithfield, Brigham City, Logan, Ogden, Layton, Bountiful, Salt Lake, Taylorsville, Jordan River, Deseret Peak, Ochre Mountain, Saratoga Springs, Orem, Payson, Draper, Heber Valley, Mount Timpanogos, Linden, Provo, Utah, Rock Canyon, Provo City Center, Ephraim, Manti, Vernal, Monticello, Cedar City, St. George, and Red Cliffs.
So are temples different than churches? Yeah. So churches, anybody can go to. Visitors are welcome, right? But temples are just for the members who are worthy, living by the commandments. They get checked by the bishop of their ward and by a member of the stake presidency who's above the bishop, and then they can go to the temple. They do like the baptisms for the dead. Also, my best friend just barely listened to our Mormon Stories podcast because it's a behemoth. I don't blame him. I'm not talking shit or anything, but he was under the impression that we were baptizing cadavers in the temple.
Most people do think that.
Yeah, but that's not the case. It's not nearly as interesting as
it's by proxy for the dead people. You act as the dead person.
So anyway, let's get back to what we were rambling about. Oh yeah, here's what I'm talking about here. Here we have a quote, "Welcome to the Church of Joy," and then below we have Nemo the Mormon, who was very stylishly and very fucking coolly walking out of his membership council, otherwise known as a court of love, where they ultimately decided that he should be have his membership withdrawn. I guess that means excommunicated from the church. Because even being a devout member, and he's just airing grievances about how people are dishonest or the church is dishonest, and they obfuscate facts about church history and historicity and veracity of Book of Mormon and other Mormon scripture, and he was excommunicated for it. So not the Church of Joy, I guess, so long as you sit down and shut up. They did cite like the fact that he being on YouTube and discussing these topics was a danger to people who have a weak testimony. So that was kind of the basis behind that. But like, honestly, if you're in an organization where they're like, no, stop talking about true things, you'll cause people who are not diehards to leave, I think it's time to reevaluate your life choices.
Agreed.
Just a couple more. Another thing, you belong, come back, it is time. It's not time. It never is. Keep your time. Don't waste 2 fucking hours every goddamn week going there
please
or
don't
more.
come to me with this.
And if you ever try to send me this, I'm going to laugh in your fucking face because this is just ridiculous, honestly. But guarantee you're going to see a lot of this. If you are an ex-Mormon or Mormon adjacent, you're going to be seeing people post this shit all the time. Oh, and the idea of temporary commandments. So they didn't include a quote or anything. We'll probably be able to have more access to this as they post the videos. But Dallin H. Oaks, who is the runner-up for once Crusty Croaks, to be prophet, during one of his talks yesterday, introduced the idea of temporary commandments as a strategy to erase the past and all of the confusing questions of previous problematic policies or doctrines. You can see this super recently back in 2015 when they instituted a policy, because before last weekend it was just a policy, where the children of a queer couple were not allowed to be baptized in the church. I don't think that they should be baptized in the church, but for them to put a rule in place like this, it was a very calculated declaration against the recently ruled Obergefell versus Hodges, something. Hodge or something like that, that legalized gay marriage in the United States. And then in 2019, they ended up repealing that.
Also, I think the most obvious one is polygamy.
Oh, yeah. Polygamy. Maybe in the future, this will be, instituted to roll things back on celestial polygamy.
It was just a temporary commandment.
Just a temporary commandment.
Hodges, thank you.
Hodges. So yeah, this will be, they're really setting some shit up for the future on this one. So stay tuned. We'll see what they do with that. And then just to bring it right back around to what we were talking about in the beginning. Hey kids, I'm sitting watching General Conference, and while there hasn't been a talk that referenced tithing, the words, "Prove me herewith that the windows of heaven will open," keep repeating in my mind, and the thought that I should share with you that if you pay your tithing, you will see miracles. I share this hesitantly because I know we see things different spiritually, but I cannot dismiss the Spirit who won't stop repeating it in my head. Love you.
And then her response, I thought, or his response, was iconic. IMO. Hey, Mom, while I appreciate that you're thinking of us, there was nothing about our conversations this week that needed to relate to tithing. I am not a member, so I can't pay tithing anyways. The church was found liable to have committed fraud by the SEC in 2022 and is still technically under investigation by the IRS and the DOJ for creating 13 shell corporations over 20 or so years to hide money from the federal government and members. The church is not honest with its money, and I wouldn't willingly give my money to an organization that committed fraud, religious or not. Like, this is almost like, in my mind, like a therapist response. Like, this is a great, like, appreciate that you're thinking of me, but here's the boundary.
And honestly, hopefully she learned her lesson.
God,
because oh God, I'm the same way. Nobody comes to me with this shit because they know that if they want to know what I'm thinking, that's how they find out. Mm-hmm. Because I don't pull punches when it comes to that stuff, and you know that's how we keep the peace around here. Don't bring your shit into my life. I don't want to hear it.
And even with that, they still bring it into our life, and it still causes problems.
Yep, unfortunately, that just is the nature of the beast. So,
but anyway.
Anywho, I think we should reach out to Nemo, and I want to have him on the channel. What do you guys think? Do like a all about excommunications, because I feel like it's been a big topic of like conversation lately with people thinking that the Secret Lives ladies are going to get excommunicated, and
I'd be worried a bit, honestly.
Yeah. And he's very freshly excommunicated. We did not get the honor, unfortunately, but we decided we wanted to take our power back and leave their asses ourselves.
We would have had we not left.
Yeah. The only problem is if you don't know about Nemo, he is in England, so getting him on the stream would be not ideal for him. So in order to work with him, we'd have to set up something special in order. But yeah, justice for Nemo. Honestly, go check out his videos on the whole ordeal. Here he is. Oh, look at that little stripy caterpillar tail.
Got a lemur tail. Pick up Tommy so people can see.
But it would be really cool.
I got a comment that still rings in my brain. I think it was on Instagram that somebody says that they don't even like cats, but Tom has like stolen their heart because he's so like aloof.
He's so cute. Look at the people. I know I'm not holding your feet. You're mad at me. Look at him.
He's so cute.
He's so cute. Do I got a full screen? Oh, he's like, dude, fuck off. He will only, if I pick him up the right way, he'll let me hold him for a couple minutes. But that's it. Oh, look. He's coming for the
he wants the cake. What do you think, Tommy?
Get him in front. Oh, yeah. Do you see yourself up there?
What do you think, Tom?
Oh, yeah. Going for the cake. Okay, dude. Don't get too frisky there.
Don't get too excited.
All right.
He's like, I'm going over here.
I realized I didn't have my mic in front of me.
Maybe you guys heard him through mine.
Hopefully.
Tom is very cute and very sweet. Don't drink my water.
He is the very cute, very regal looking kitty. Baloney is a little bit of a gremlin, but you know.
Baloney's got a bit of the goblin face.
What are you gonna do? That's not his fault.
Hey, don't eat that.
Don't. You're gonna have an upset tummy too.
If you eat
probably
that
like
cake.
the first time.
Thomas. Hey.
I am not starving Tom. He eats very well. He is very well filled out cat. And sometimes when he comes into the room, he will hang out with us. But a lot of times, as soon as you perceive him, he's like, bye.
Yep. He'll get on our bed and you can't address him. Like, neither of us will say anything, because if we say anything, he'll look at you and then get off the bed. He's very particular. Huh.
He looks like his dad. Do you know his dad? I don't even think he knows his dad. Are you talking about me? I'm sleepy. Hope you gamers and cat boys have an epic rest of your day/night. Yeah, it's time for us to get off. Here comes Baloney. If you weren't on our Instagram, Jordan posted as a story the most true shit I've ever seen about our cat dynamic onto a story. It was a tweet that said something along the lines of, the perfect number of cats is 2 stupid cats, but they can't be the same kind of stupid. One has to be stupid dumb, and the other one has to be stupid annoying, which Baloney is dumb and Tom is annoying.
Oh, yeah, that is.
Tom is so, and literally, Kazoo sometimes will get me up at like 5 or 4:45 in the morning. We've been working
Thanks
on this
for hanging
lately.
out, Hannah.
But as soon as my feet hit the floor, that motherfucker is meowing for some fucking food.
Like, he will not stop. You can't.
Like, it does not matter the hour,
and you can't have a conversation.
It doesn't matter the hour.
Meow. Like, he will not stop. Like, there are times that if we're trying to decide what to do for dinner, we have to lock him out of our room because we cannot hear ourselves think over Tom's meowing.
Yeah.
Right, Tommy?
But you're on a schedule. It comes the same time every day. And literally every single time I put Kazoo to bed first and then I feed them. And every single day he's like meowing at me when Kazoo's right there. I'm like, when have you ever gotten food when this kid is
awake,
out and about? Never. Never happens.
Diva. Tom is definitely the diva of the two.
Yeah, he's such a diva.
I have been feeling a lot better, Lindsay. Thank you for asking. My hysterectomy was a long recovery, and I had a scare a few weeks ago because I had,
that was fun.
You know, I don't like, because I only have one ovary, everything else is gone, and so I don't have the structure for periods anymore. So like, I don't get periods anymore, but I had some bleeding and I was like, that's not supposed to happen. Where is that coming from? And so I like freaked out because I thought I was gonna have to go to the hospital. I didn't, because I just kind of waited it out to see it, and I had like granulation tissue. So for anybody who's had a hysterectomy or hasn't, it's like you get like scar tissue in there that will, like, because you have like the surgical scar internally, then there'll be like scar tissue that kind of grows on top of it or around it or whatever. And so sometimes it grows in a weird spot. So if you like you move wrong, or if you're putting anything in there and it like hits it wrong or whatever, then it will like tear the tissue and it will like bleed everywhere. And so that's what happened to me. But apparently it's a super easy fix. She just had to go in there and put like silver nitrate on it, I guess. So she popped some silver nitrate on there, and I haven't had another issue. So hopefully that is the last of it.
You got that silver vagine now.
I guess. Literal platinum vagine, right? But I think that's
the silver.
I think hopefully that's the end of it for issues.
One shoe J3. Let me correct the record. Tom is actually shy. He's just not shy with us.
Yes.
Most of our friends and family completely forget that Tom exists because Baloney is a little attention
snob,
a little attention lover, and they'll be like, Tom will sometimes peek his head around the corner when people are over, and people will be like, oh my gosh, I forgot that you have another cat. So yeah, I didn't. Some people said the silver nitrate hurts, and I expected it to, because usually when doctors are like, this shouldn't bother you or this won't hurt, it usually always does, because I'm just that person, I guess, that's been gifted with that. But she did it, and it didn't hurt at all, and so I was like, okay, I guess I can deal with this if it happens again. But I guess like other surgical stuff can cause like similar things. So fortunately, it was not, because I panic about, tearing the cuff is like a terrifying thing when you have a hysterectomy, so I always panic about that, which I'm like far enough out that shouldn't be happening anyway, but it still panicked me nonetheless. But yeah, Tom is definitely the shy one of the two, but not when McKay and I are around. Yes,
then he is loud,
very, very daring.
Thank you, Amy.
Anyway, we'll let everybody get on. I'm sorry you have Sunday Scaries.
One last thing.
One final thing.
Before I forget, I can't talk anymore. We need to determine because we finished up Secret Lives of Mormon Wives for watch parties. And so we need to figure out what we're going to be doing next for watch parties. And I'm kind of keen on letting you guys decide.
We still, the box set that I have, we still have two movies. We have Church Ball and The Home Teachers. If we would like to watch those, I've been enjoying watching our Mormon movie classics. We could watch those ones, or we've been watching some other things on streaming. So maybe
Real
let's make a post.
Salt Lake City?
Let's make a post in
Anyone?
in Patreon and the members tab, and see what else what people are wanting
Maybe
to watch.
we'll take suggestions, and once we have suggestions,
I would like some.
we can pull them.
Oh, somebody said My Husband Isn't Gay on TLC.
Oh,
I think that's a really good idea.
I forgot about that one.
Especially
Napoleon
'cause it's kinda
Dynamite.
old.
That would be fun to watch together.
Oh, yeah.
We watch Napoleon Dynamite all the
honestly.
time, so I would be
we watch
so down for that.
We watch it pretty regularly.
Yeah.
Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. That one would be kind of hard because it's a weekly.
There's only 3
It's so
episodes
annoying.
out right now. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
And Sister Wives. I think Jen and James are doing Sister Wives too. I miss your main channel content. New video coming this week. We were just off for a few weeks after we came back from a project in Utah.
We'll be watching, or we'll be keep your eyes out.
Real House of Salt Lake City. That first episode came out fucking swinging. I was not expecting to start with that, but holy shit, what a start to this season. I will say that. So maybe that's what we'll do. Maybe we'll make a post where you guys can drop your suggestions.
Yeah. Napoleon is a really strong contender.
Yes.
And My Husband is...
I'll have to see if I can find that. Like, what do we have to have? Do we have to have cable for that?
My Husband Isn't Gay?
Mm-hmm.
There's... Well, TLC isn't Sister Wives on TLC?
Yes.
So just ask Jen and James.
But it's a really old show. I don't know if they still have it on the TLC.
I guess it might not be on streaming.
Because that's from early 2000s, I want to say.
Yo-ho. We'll just figure out what we have to do.
So we'll make a post, drop your suggestions on there. We'll tally everything up and then put everything into a poll is what it sounds like is the play.
Rebecca, can you tell us if the project you did is somewhat similar to Shiny Happy People? that I can say yes to, honestly. So there you go.
Yeah.
Take a look at that because it's the first time I've ever worn a t-shirt that doesn't have a graphic on it in like fucking years. So we'll be watching that one with you guys when the time comes. We'll have to talk to him about the whole rules.
When we can tell you what it is, you will be the first to know.
Yeah. It won't be until next year, so don't hold your breath on it.
It won't be anything soon.
That's what they were telling us when we finished.
So
when we wrapped up.
As soon as we know things, we will tell you. Believe us. Like
don't worry.
This has been in the works for a long time. And so it has been so fucking difficult to keep our mouths shut about this stuff. So believe us, we cannot wait to tell you what is happening. And then McKay and I will work on a new video this week, and then we'll also work on getting the Patreon members YouTube video.
Yeah, we just need to record a little snippet with it because we didn't wrap everything up because we were rushing to the airport. And
it's a lot of footage that is just like all over the place. So we'll finish that so that members and patrons can see it this week.
Anyway, we love you. You're awesome. You're amazing.
Thank you for getting us to 100K.
Yes,
we would not be here without you.
I wish I could send. I would have to sell the house if I sent everybody one of these. But you all deserve it because this is you guys. This is us, Jordan and McKay. 100,000. That's all of you.
Yes.
So
thank you.
You guys did it. Let's just keep on going. I'm not going to say, we're going to 1 million. That would be great.
That'd be crazy.
I'm keeping expectations.
I mean, we're not stopping anytime soon.
We're definitely not stopping. So if we got to 1 million, that'd be even cooler. But you're amazing. So surreal. So surreal. Being able to have this. So we love you guys. Mwah, mwah, mwah. And we will see you next week soon. Bye.